With a little creativity, the simplest materials can make a big statement. Today, I'll show you how to make cute bunting banners for your next celebration or just some fun decor. Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Maker, and it is a beautiful day to make a paper bunting banner. I love the look of paper banners, but the colors or decorations on store-bought ones are just never quite right. You know what I mean? But with some quality cardstock, my designs, and some string, you can make just what you need. I use my Cricut Maker 3 cutting machine to cut my happy birthday and congratulations banners. But many of the shapes are simple enough to cut by hand using my printable PDF. You can also use another cutting machine, even the tiny Cricut Joy. And once everything is cut, you just need some adhesives to put the pieces together. Plus, stick around to see how you can learn how to make your own custom banner with your own message, font, and embellishments. So let me show you where to get the free design files, and then we'll make a banner together. First, download my designs at jennifermaker.com/697. You can either download right from that link by saving the project, or download from my entire free design collection. To find it, look for Libraries in the red bar at the top, and then click either Get a Password if you don't yet have one, or click Enter the library. Search the page for design number 697 and click the link to download the designs. The SVG folder has two designs, a happy birthday banner design and a congrats design with cute paper flower accents. There are also DXF versions of the file if your cutting machine uses those instead, or a PDF with templates that you can use to cut the banner pieces by hand. If you're not sure how to download zip files, go to jennifermaker.com/svgs to learn how to unzip and use these files. Option number 1, Happy Birthday Paper Bunting Banner. Here's how my birthday banner looks on the Cricut Design Space canvas. First, ungroup the design. I always recommend doing this because the file will upload grouped by default. The banner pieces are stacked, but you can drag them apart to see the pieces. If you'd like to change the colors, first click the arrow next to a panel in the Layers panel to reveal both of its layers in the group. Select the individual layer you'd like to adjust and click the color box at the top to pick a new color. I like the way the colors are though, so I'll click the undo arrow to change it back. And that's all there is to it. Just make sure the correct machine is selected in the top right, then click Make. On the Prepare screen, make sure your material size matches for each type of mat and material that you're using. I will be using 8.5 by 11 inch shimmer cardstock and foil cardstock. So to match my materials, I set my material size for the first mat to 8.5 by 11 inch letter. The Cricut automatically updates all of the white mats to match. For mats in other colors, I adjusted their sizes individually to ensure they also match my 8.5 by 11 inch materials. Changing the size of the yellow mats push these little flower centers to their own mat. I think they can fit on this other yellow mat though. Drag a box around the pieces you want to move, then click the three dots and select Move Object. Now select the other yellow mat and click Confirm. Then click and drag each one to an empty spot. Now we're saving time and cardstock. The empty mat will remain, but don't worry, it'll just go away on its own on the next screen. Select the first mat so your Cricut knows to cut it first, and then click Continue. I'm using shimmer and foil cardstock for everything, so the medium cardstock setting works well. On the first mat, select medium cardstock and then choose More Pressure for a cleaner cut. Since all of my materials use the same cut setting, I'll check the box next to Remember Material Settings on the first mat to apply it to all the others. Place your first mat's cardstock face up on a green standard grip machine mat to match the screen. And use your brayer to secure the cardstock to the mat, and this will help you get cleaner cuts. Check that your fine point blade is clean and in the clamp. Then press the flashing button to load your mat into your Cricut. When that's ready, press the middle button to begin cutting. When the cuts finish, hold off on unloading this mat. Carefully lift a corner of the material to check if the cuts went all the way through. If it didn't, press the middle button again to repeat the cuts in the same spots. If you have any issues with your cuts, go to jennifermaker.com/cleanercuts for lots of tips and tricks. Once the cuts are finished, unload your mat, flip your mat over onto your work surface, and peel the mat back gently to release the cardstock without ripping or tearing. Continue on cutting your other mats and place the pieces in piles to keep them organized. Let's put the flower accents together first. Grab one flower shape with petals and hold it face up. Use your fingers or a long, thin cylindrical object like a pen or a Cricut storing stylus to gently curl the petals' edges to add dimension. Add a bit of craft glue to the back of the small circle piece. Adhere the circle onto the flower's center. Repeat these same steps with the other 3 flowers. Check your Design Space screen and see which banner panel is first. For me, it's the red one. So I'll grab the red panel and a flower. Using your machine mat with a cover on, or a self-healing cutting mat with measurements, place the colored panel so its top edge is aligned with the horizontal line on the mat. Using your canvas in Cricut Design Space as a reference, place the flower in the center of the panel. Place a ruler horizontally across the panel, with the top of the ruler aligned just below the flower. I moved mine down a bit to have some more wiggle room at the top of the mat. Now, note the flower's position using the background grid. Mine is approximately 3 inches down and 6 inches across. That will help us place the letters and the other flowers. Peel the back off of a 1/8 inch thick adhesive foam square and pick up the flower. Attach the foam to the flower's back center and peel the backing off the other side. Then press the flower back into place using the mat and ruler for reference and centering it. Repeat these steps to attach the letters and the other flower to the banner panels. I added mine in the same order as my Design Space canvas so the rainbowed panels didn't get mixed up. I used 1 or 2 adhesive foam squares on each letter, depending on the letter's shape and how much support it needed. When you're done with the Happy's banner panels, follow the same steps to make the panels for the birthday banner. Let's string the Happy banner first. Grab your spool of ribbon and find the loose end. Place a banner backing piece behind the rightmost panel pretty side up with the holes aligned. You can glue your 2 panel pieces together with craft glue if you'd like, but it's not necessary. Insert the ribbons loose and down through the right set of holes. If you're a lefty, you may find it easier to string the panels from the left. Pull the ribbon back up through the left set of holes. Try to keep the ribbon untwisted through each panel for a more finished look. Make sure it's flat against the back of the banner panel. Pull the ribbon through so there's approximately 12 inches of ribbon hanging out the banner panels. You can also leave a lot more loose ribbon if you're not sure how much you'll need to hang the banner and trim it later. As you string each additional banner panel and backer, space them about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch from the previous set. If the end of your ribbon becomes frayed from inserting it through the holes on your banner pieces, trim the frayed part off so it's easier to string. Once all of the backers and panels are strung onto the ribbon, make their spacing even. Pull the same amount of ribbon that you have on the opposite end. I'll leave about 12 inches. Then cut the ribbon from the spool. Follow all of these steps to create the second birthday banner. Option number 2, Congrats Paper Bunting Banner. I cut my Congrats banner the same way I cut my Happy Birthday one, but I used the glitter setting for my glitter cardstock with more pressure. Then the medium cardstock setting with more pressure for my shimmer cardstock mats. My blue cardstock is a bit heavier at 110-pound weight, so I used the heavy cardstock setting for that mat with more pressure. Use your brayer to secure each piece of cardstock to the mat for the cleanest cuts. Then press the flashing button to load the mat and the flashing middle button to cut it. Now, glitter can stick to the blade and cause issues with future cuts, so I recommend cleaning it after each sheet of glitter cardstock. To do this, remove the blade and housing from the clamp, press down on the plunger, and carefully poke the blade into a ball of aluminum foil several times, or clean it with an alcohol wipe. Just be careful, it's sharp. When the cut is finished, don't unload your mat right away. Instead, gently lift a corner of the material to make sure the cuts went all the way through. If they didn't, press the middle button again to make a second pass of cuts in the same spots. When the cuts are complete, unload your mat, flip it over, and peel it away from the cardstock. Refer to your canvas in Cricut Design Space for reference, and use the same guide mat and ruler trick to mark where each letter should start, just like we did for the Happy Birthday banner. Now attach some adhesive foam squares to the back of the first letter. I use 1 to 3 adhesive foam squares on the back of each letter, depending on the shape. Make sure the ruler is positioned where you noted it should be. Position the letter along the top of the ruler so there's equal space on either side of the panel, and the bottom edge lines up with the ruler. Press to adhere the letter to the banner panel. The O is slightly taller than it is wide, so be sure to orient it in the correct way. Use your canvas in Cricut Design Space as a reference. Follow the same steps to attach the other letters to their panels. Now we get to add our floral accents. Grab 2 matching large leaf pieces, 2 matching flower petal pieces, and a large circle piece, and your first banner panel. Use your fingers or something thin and cylindrical like a pen to curl the petals upward on both flower petal pieces. Apply a small amount of craft glue to a petal's piece's back center. Turn it glue side down and layer it over the other matching flower petal piece. Stagger the petals so they're all visible. Press the top flower piece down into place. Apply a small amount of glue to the front center of the assembled flower. Then add a small circle and press it into place. Assemble the other flowers the same way. Apply some glue to the back of one of the leaf pieces near the stem. Place the leaf on the panel wherever you like. Just avoid the holes. I like them at the top corners. Adding the next leaf on top pointing the other way looks nice. Now attach some flowers. Be sure not to cover the holes where you'll string the ribbon though. You can also add more dimension by using adhesive foam squares. Decorate the rest of your flower panels with a few leaves and flowers. Place them wherever you like, or use your canvas in Cricut Design Space to help you with placement of the different colors and sizes of leaves and flowers. Once your panels are decorated, grab a glitter backing piece and place it behind your first panel. Line up the holes. Now string the banner the same way as we strung each of the Happy Birthday banners. Here are my finished banners, ready to party. If you want to make a custom paper bunting banner, I can show you how in a special program called Advance with Jennifer Maker over at jennifermaker.com/advance. You can create a custom banner in no time, no matter the occasion. The Advance program helps to advance your crafting skills by teaching you how to make these popular designs unique and special through tutorials and templates, as well as give you early access to my vast library of designs, projects, and resources. Plus, we have fun monthly challenges to inspire your creativity. Now, I may or may not be accepting new members into the Advanced program at the time you see this, but if you're interested, go to jennifermaker.com/advance to learn more and see how it all works. And there you have it, adorable banners for your next big milestone. They are so quick and fun to make. I hope you'll use them for many happy occasions in your own style. Would you like to learn how to create your own custom banner? You absolutely can. Remember to visit jennifermaker.com/advance for more information. And if you want to try your hand at making banners like these, I'd love to make that easier for you. I host monthly Cricut machine giveaways on my blog, so come on over. You can get all the details and enter for your chance to win at jennifermaker.com/Cricut giveaway. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.